Question 1. Which of the following is the primary purpose of underwriting in the insurance process? A. To evaluate the marketing strategy of the insurance company. B. To determine the appropriate premium based on the risk assessment. C. To handle the claims after a loss event occurs. D. To set the company's annual revenue targets. Answer. B. To determine the appropriate premium based on the risk assessment. Explanation. Underwriting is the process by which an insurer evaluates the risk of insuring a person, property, or business and then decides on the terms of the policy, including the premium amount. The primary goal of underwriting is to assess risk and determine the appropriate premium that matches the level of risk associated with insuring the entity. This ensures that the insurance company remains financially stable while offering protection to policyholders. The other options do not accurately represent the underwriting process. Claims handling is a separate process, and setting revenue targets is. A broader business strategy is not part of underwriting. Question 2. Sarah, an underwriter at a New Hampshire insurance company, is assessing a commercial property policy for a small business. The business is located in a flood zone, and Sarah has determined that the flood risk is moderate based on historical data. What should Sarah do next in her underwriting process? A. Approve the policy as it is, since the risk is moderate. B. Deny the policy application due to the flood risk. C. Adjust the premium to account for the flood risk and issue the policy. D. Send the policy for review by a claims adjuster before issuing it. Answer. C. Adjust the premium to account for the flood risk and issue the policy. Explanation. In underwriting, risk assessment is crucial when underwriting a policy for a property located in a flood zone. The underwriter must consider the flood risk in determining the terms of the policy. A moderate flood risk typically means the underwriter can issue the policy, but with adjustments to the premium to reflect the additional risk. This is an example of risk classification and pricing. Denying the policy outright would not be the best approach in this case, unless the risk was extremely high. Sending the policy for review by a claims adjuster would generally not be necessary at this stage of the underwriting process. Question 3. John, an underwriter at a health insurance company, is reviewing an applicant's medical history. The applicant has a history of diabetes which has been under control for the past 5 years. The underwriter must decide whether to accept or deny the application. Which of the following would be the most appropriate course of action for John? A. Deny the application immediately due to the applicant's pre-existing condition. B. Approve the application but impose a waiting period for coverage related to diabetes. C. Approve the application without any modifications. D. Refer the application to the claims department for further review. Answer. B. Approve the application but impose a waiting period for coverage related to diabetes. Explanation. Health insurance underwriting typically involves evaluating pre-existing conditions such as diabetes. Given that the condition has been well managed for several years, John is likely to approve the application. However, it is common practice to impose a waiting period for coverage related to the pre-existing condition, e.g. diabetes, in order to limit the insurer's exposure to claims related to the condition immediately after policy issuance. Denying the application outright would not be appropriate unless the condition is severe or the risk is deemed unacceptable. Referring the application to claims is unnecessary at this stage, as it is an underwriting decision, not a claims issue. Approving the application without modifications could expose the insurer to undue risk. Question 4. Which of the following is the most important factor in determining the premium for a property insurance policy? A. The color of the property. B. The square footage and construction type of the property. C. The market value of the property in the real estate market. D. The personal preferences of the property owner. Answer. B. The square footage and construction type of the property. Explanation. When underwriting property insurance, the underwriter primarily evaluates the physical characteristics of the property, such as the square footage, construction type, and occupancy. These factors directly impact the risk exposure and the cost of insurance. The square footage determines the potential loss in case of a covered event, while the construction type indicates how susceptible the property is to certain types of damage, e.g. fire, windstorm. The color of the property, market value, and personal preferences of the owner are not primary factors in determining premium pricing, although they may play a role in broader risk assessment. Question 5. John is underwriting a life insurance policy for an applicant who is a heavy smoker and has a history of hypertension. Given these risk factors, what is the most likely adjustment to the applicant's premium? A. The premium will be reduced due to the applicant's high-risk lifestyle. B. The premium will remain the same as if the applicant had no health concerns. C. The premium will increase due to the higher health risks associated with smoking and hypertension. D. The policy will be automatically declined without further evaluation. Answer: C. The premium will increase due to the higher health risks associated with smoking and hypertension. Explanation: Life insurance underwriting evaluates a range of health and lifestyle factors that can impact an applicant's life expectancy and the insurer's risk. Smoking and hypertension are both significant health risk factors that increase the likelihood of claims. As a result, underwriters will typically adjust the premium upward to reflect this risk. Denying the application without further evaluation is not appropriate unless the health conditions are severe or unmanageable. Keeping the premium the same would not align with the risk presented by these factors. Question 6. A small business located in New Hampshire applies for commercial property insurance. The property is in a flood-prone area but has recently invested in flood protection measures, including flood barriers and a sump pump system. How should the underwriter adjust the premium? Increase the premium due to the flood zone location regardless of improvements. B. Keep the premium the same as a non-flood prone property due to the improvements. C. Reduce the premium to reflect the reduced risk from the flood protection measures. D. Deny the application as flood-prone properties are not eligible for coverage. Answer: C. Reduce the premium to reflect the reduced risk from the flood protection measures. Explanation: Flood protection measures such as barriers and sump pumps are examples of risk mitigation strategies that can reduce the likelihood or severity of flood damage. Underwriters take such improvements into account when assessing risk and may offer a discount or reduced premium. While flood-prone properties typically have higher premiums, these measures can significantly lower the risk, making a reduction in premium appropriate. Denying the application is not standard unless there are no flood mitigation measures in place. Keeping the premium the same or increasing it without considering the improvements would not reflect the actual risk. Question 7. Which of the following is not typically considered when determining the underwriting guidelines for a workers' compensation insurance policy? A. The company's safety record and history of workplace injuries. B. The number of employees and the nature of their work. C. The company's financial stability and credit rating. D. The company's location and office appearance. Answer: D. The company's location and office appearance. Explanation: When underwriting workers' compensation policy, the underwriter focuses on factors that directly affect the risk of workplace injuries and claims. This includes the company's safety record, the type of work employees do, e.g., construction versus office work, and the company's financial stability. Company's credit rating may also be evaluated to ensure that it can meet its obligations. However, the appearance of the office or the location does not directly impact the underwriting process for workers' compensation insurance, as this type of coverage is more concerned with the nature of the work and the history of claims. Question 8. A health insurance applicant has been diagnosed with asthma, but is well managed with medication. The applicant has never had an asthma-related hospitalization or emergency treatment. How should the underwriter assess the application? Automatically reject the application due to the applicant's asthma diagnosis. B. Approve the application with standard coverage and premium rates. C. Approve the application but exclude asthma-related treatments from the coverage. D. Approve the application with a higher premium due to the risk of asthma complications. Answer: B. Approve the application with standard coverage and premium rates. Explanation: Asthma, when well managed and not resulting in frequent hospitalizations or emergency treatments, is generally considered a manageable condition for health insurance purposes. The underwriter would assess the applicant's medical history, and since the condition is stable, they would typically approve the application without increasing the premium or imposing exclusions. Higher premium may be warranted if the asthma were more severe or poorly controlled, but in this case, the applicant's good health management would allow for standard rates. Excluding asthma-related treatments is not typical unless there is history of frequent complications. Question 9. A property underwriter is reviewing a homeowner's application in New Hampshire. The property is located in an area prone to snowstorms, and the applicant has no history of claims but has recently upgraded the roof-in and installed snow melting system. How should the underwriter proceed with the premium? Increase the premium due to the risk of snowstorms. B. Maintain the premium as if no improvements have been made. C. Decrease the premium to reflect the snowstorm mitigation measures. D. reject the application due to the high risk of snowstorm damage. Answer: C. Decrease the premium to reflect the snowstorm mitigation measures. Explanation: when reviewing a property insurance application, underwriters take into account any steps the homeowner has taken to mitigate the risks associated with potential hazards, such as snowstorms. In this case, roofing upgrades and snow melting systems significantly reduce the risk of damage caused by snow accumulation, so the underwriter may offer a premium discount. Increasing the premium is unnecessary if the risk has been reduced by improvements. Maintaining the premium without adjustments would not reflect the reduced risk, and rejecting the application due to snowstorm risk is not justified when mitigation measures are in place. Question 10. Which of the following statements is true regarding the use of reinsurance in underwriting? A. Reinsurance is used to reduce the insurance company's exposure to high-loss policies by transferring part of the risk to another insurer. B. Reinsurance increases the amount of risk the primary insurer is responsible for. C. Reinsurance is only applicable to life insurance policies, not property and casualty insurance. D. Reinsurance is primarily used for claims adjustment and settlement. Answer: A. Reinsurance is used to reduce the insurance company's exposure to high-loss policies by transferring part of the risk to another insurer. Explanation: reinsurance is a crucial tool in underwriting, used to manage risk exposure. By transferring part of the risk to a reinsurer, the primary insurer can protect itself from catastrophic losses, especially with high-loss policies or unexpected events. This reduces the financial burden on the prime insurer and stabilizes the overall risk pool. Reinsurance is used across all types of insurance, including life, health, property, and casualty. It is not used for claims adjustment or settlement, as that is handled by the primary insurer. Reinsurance does not increase the primary insurer's risk, it helps mitigate that risk. Question 11. Which of the following is not a common reason for an underwriter to reject a health insurance application? A. The applicant has a pre-existing condition that requires expensive ongoing treatment. B. The applicant is in excellent health with no prior medical conditions. C. The applicant engages in high-risk activities such as skydiving or race car driving. D. The applicant has a history of non-payment on previous insurance policies. Answer: B. The applicant is in excellent health with no prior medical conditions. Explanation: health insurance underwriters primarily reject applications based on factors that increase the risk of high claims or losses. Pre-existing conditions, engagement in high-risk activities, and a history of non-payment are valid reasons for rejection. However, an applicant who is in excellent health with no prior medical conditions is typically considered a candidate for approval, as the risk of future medical claims is lower. The underwriter would more likely approve this application with standard rates. Question 12. What is the primary purpose of an underwriting guideline? A. To set specific premiums for all insurance policies. B. To outline the insurer's stance on fraud detection and prevention. C. To standardize the risk assessment process and ensure consistency in underwriting decisions. D. To determine the maximum policy coverage an applicant can purchase. Answer: C. To standardize the risk assessment process and ensure consistency in underwriting decisions. Explanation: underwriting guidelines are created to provide underwriters with a consistent framework for assessing the risks associated with insurance applications. These guidelines standardize the process and ensure that underwriting decisions are made consistently and in line with the insurer's risk tolerance and business objectives. The guidelines help determine the terms and conditions of coverage, but they do not set specific premiums or coverage limits directly. Question 13. A commercial property underwriter is assessing a business in a flood-prone area. The property has installed flood barriers and flood-resistant materials. Which of the following best describes the underwriting process for this business? A. The underwriter will charge the highest premium for flood coverage regardless of improvements. B. The underwriter will discount the flood coverage premium considering the mitigation efforts. C. The underwriter will deny coverage for flood-related risks as it is a flood-prone area. D. The underwriter will not consider the flood risk and will offer standard coverage. Answer: B. The underwriter will discount the flood coverage premium considering the mitigation efforts. Explanation: when assessing risk for commercial properties in flood-prone areas, the underwriter evaluates any measures the business has taken to mitigate the risk. In this case, flood barriers and flood-resistant materials significantly reduce the potential for damage from flooding, leading the underwriter to offer a discounted premium for flood coverage. The premium adjusted based on the reduced risk rather than denying coverage or offering a standard premium without considering the mitigation efforts. Question 14. An applicant for property insurance owns a house built in 1890 and the plumbing and electrical systems are outdated. What is the most likely underwriting decision? A. The underwriter will approve the application at standard rates due to the property's historical value. B. The underwriter will approve the application but require higher premiums due to the property's age and outdated systems. C. The underwriter will reject the application due to the property's age. D. The underwriter will approve the application offering discounted premium due to the property's historical significance. Answer B. The underwriter will approve the application but require higher premiums due to the property's age and outdated systems. Explanation: properties with outdated plumbing and electrical systems represent higher risk of loss, particularly from issues like fire or water damage. While the underwriter may approve the application, they will likely increase the premium to reflect the increased risk. Older properties typically require more thorough risk assessment and may come with higher premiums. Historical value is considered for certain properties but does not reduce the risks associated with outdated systems. Question 15. Which of the following statements best describes the experience rating in the context of workers' compensation insurance? A. It adjusts the premium based on the insurer's overall loss experience in the industry. B. It adjusts the premium based on the individual employer's claims history. C. It adjusts the premium based on the applicant's credit score. D. It adjusts the premium based on the geographic location of the employer. Answer B. It adjusts the premium based on the individual employer's claims history. Explanation: experience rating in workers' compensation insurance involves adjusting the employer's premium based on their individual claims history. Employers with history of frequent or costly claims are considered higher risk and may face higher premiums. Conversely, employers with fewer or less severe claims may qualify for lower premiums. The other options: industry-wide loss experience, credit score, and geographic location are not factors considered in experience rating for workers' compensation. Question 16. Which of the following underwriting factors is most important in assessing risk for life insurance applicants? A. The applicant's occupation and whether it involves physical labor. B. The applicant's medical history, including any chronic illnesses or past surgeries. C. The applicant's marital status and whether they have children. D. The applicant's educational background and level of education. Answer B. The applicant's medical history, including any chronic illnesses or past surgeries. Explanation: in life insurance underwriting, the most important factor is the applicant's medical history. Chronic illnesses, past surgeries, and overall health provide the underwriter with insights into the applicant's life expectancy and the insurer's risk exposure. Occupation, marital status, and education may be considered in some cases, but are secondary to the applicant's health and medical background when evaluating risk for life insurance. Question 17. A commercial insurance underwriter is assessing a business that operates in a high-risk industry such as construction. The business has a strong safety record, a comprehensive safety program, and minimal past claims. What is the most likely underwriting decision? A. The underwriter will increase the premium due to the high-risk nature of the business. B. The underwriter will reduce the premium due to the business's strong safety measures. C. The underwriter will deny coverage due to the business's high-risk industry. D. The underwriter will approve the application but impose strict exclusions on coverage. Answer B. The underwriter will reduce the premium due to the business's strong safety measures. Explanation: while construction is typically a high-risk industry, businesses that have strong safety programs, a good safety record, and minimal claims present a low risk to insurers. The underwriter would likely offer a premium discount or reduced rates to reflect the mitigated risks associated with the business's safety efforts. Increasing the premium would not be just in this case, as the business has effectively managed the risks. Question 18. Which of the following is not typically considered when evaluating the risk of insuring a vehicle under an auto insurance policy? A. The make and model of the vehicle. B. The age and driving history of the vehicle owner. C. The color of the vehicle. D. The geographic location where the vehicle is primarily driven. Answer C. The color of the vehicle. Explanation. Underwriting for auto insurance considers factors such as the make and model of the vehicle, which affect the vehicle's safety features, repair costs, and likelihood of theft. The driver's age and driving history are key factors in assessing risk and premium pricing. The geographic location of the vehicle is also important, as certain areas may have higher rates of accidents or theft. The color of the vehicle does not impact the underwriting decision and is irrelevant to risk assessment. Question 19. A health insurance applicant discloses a history of heart disease, but the applicant has been stable for several years with regular checkups and controlled cholesterol. How should the underwriter proceed? A. Reject the application due to the heart disease history. B. Approve the application with standard rates. C. Approve the application but exclude heart-related treatments from coverage. D. Increase the premium to account for the applicant's past health condition. Answer D. Increase the premium to account for the applicant's past health condition. Explanation. While the applicant's heart disease is stable, the underwriter must assess the risk of future complications. Since heart disease increases the likelihood of future medical claims, the insurer will likely approve the application but charge a higher premium to account for this increased risk. Excluding heart-related treatments would be rare unless there is a history of complications, and rejection would only occur if the condition was severely uncontrolled. Question 20. Which of the following is a common practice in casualty insurance underwriting for liability coverage? A. Evaluating the policyholder's history of legal disputes and lawsuits. B. Considering the value of the property the policyholder owns. C. Assessing the health status of the policyholder. D. Reviewing the number of vehicles the policyholder owns. Answer A. Evaluating the policyholder's history of legal disputes and lawsuits. Explanation. In casualty insurance underwriting, particularly for liability coverage, the insurer evaluates the policyholder's history of legal disputes, lawsuits, and claims. History of legal issues or liability claims may indicate higher future risk, leading to higher premiums or exclusions. The value of property, health status, and the number of vehicles more relevant to property or auto insurance underwriting, not liability coverage. Question 21. When underwriting a group health insurance policy for employees, which of the following is not typically considered? A. The overall health status of the employees in the group. B. The average age of the employees in the group. C. The number of dependents covered under the policy. D. The individual medical histories of each employee in the group. Answer D. The individual medical histories of each employee in the group. Explanation. When underwriting a group health insurance policy, insurers typically assess the overall health status of the group, the average age, and the number of dependents covered. However, individual medical histories are generally not considered in group policies due to the nature of group underwriting, which pools the risks of all members. The risk is evaluated at the group, not the individual level, allowing for more generalized underwriting and typically low premiums than individual health insurance. Question 22. Which of the following factors would most likely lead an underwriter to assess a higher risk in a homeowner's insurance application? A. The home is located in community with well-established fire department. B. The home is in an area known for regular flooding and has inadequate drainage systems. C. The home is well maintained with no visible issues. D. The homeowner has high credit score and no past insurance claims. Answer B. The home is in an area known for regular flooding and has inadequate drainage systems. Explanation. Flooding is a significant risk factor for homeowners insurance, particularly when the area is prone to flooding and the home has inadequate drainage systems. This increases the potential for damage, making the property high risk to insure, while strong fire department, good maintenance, and high credit score may contribute to favorable underwriting conditions. Flood risk is serious concern for insurers. Question 23. What does the term moral hazard refer to in insurance underwriting? A. The risk of an applicant's financial instability affecting their ability to pay premiums. B. The risk that an insured person will intentionally cause loss or fail to take necessary precautions. C. The risk associated with the geographical location of the insured property. D. The risk that the insurer may not be able to fulfill claims due to inadequate reserves. Answer B. The risk that an insured person will intentionally cause a loss or fail to take necessary precautions. Explanation. Moral hazard refers to the risk that an insured individual may engage in risky behavior or even intentionally cause a loss because they know that the insurance company will cover the financial consequences. This is an important consideration in underwriting, as insurers must assess the likelihood of such behavior before offering coverage. Setting premiums differs from moral risk, which may involve neglect or disregard for safety precautions. Question 24. Which type of underwriting approach is most commonly used for automobile insurance policies? A. Simplified underwriting. B. Full medical underwriting. C. Experience-based underwriting. D. Automated underwriting. Answer A. Simplified underwriting. Explanation. Automobile insurance policies typically use simplified underwriting. This approach involves a streamlined application process that primarily considers basic information such as the driver's age, driving record, type of vehicle, and where the vehicle is driven. Unlike other types of insurance, auto insurance usually does not require detailed medical or financial assessments, making it simpler under process. The use of automated underwriting is becoming more common in some areas, but is not the predominant method for auto insurance. Question 25. Which of the following is a characteristic of a hard market in insurance underwriting? A. High competition and lower premiums. B. Insurers offer more generous coverage options with fewer exclusions. C. Higher premiums and stricter underwriting standards. D. Increased availability of insurance coverage for high-risk applicants. Answer C. High premiums and stricter underwriting standards. Explanation. A hard market in insurance is characterized by high premiums, stricter underwriting standards, and reduced availability of coverage. This typically occurs when insurers face higher than expected claims or losses and need to adjust their pricing to remain financially stable. In contrast, a soft market sees lower premiums, greater competition, and more lenient under standards. Question 26. When underwriting a property insurance policy for a commercial building, which of the following is most likely to be assessed? A. The number of employees working in the building. B. The type of goods sold by the business in the building. C. The color of the building's exterior. D. The income level of the business's customers. Correct answer B. The type of goods sold by the business in the building. Explanation. When underwriting property insurance for a commercial building, underwriters will assess the type of business operating within the building, as different types of businesses present varying levels of risk. For instance, a business selling flammable products or operating heavy machinery may pose a higher risk compared to a retail store selling non-hazardous items. The number of employee income levels of customers are less directly related to property risk in this case. Question 27. A life insurance underwriter is considering a policy application from an applicant who has a family history of cancer but has no current signs of the disease. What is the most likely underwriting decision? A. The underwriter will approve the policy at standard rates. B. The underwriter will deny the application due to family medical history. C. The underwriter will approve the policy with a higher premium to reflect the potential future risk. D. The underwriter will approve the policy but impose a waiting period for cancer coverage. Answer C. The underwriter will approve the policy with a higher premium to reflect the potential future risk. Explanation. In life insurance underwriting, family medical history is a significant factor in assessing risk, particularly for diseases like cancer, which may have genetic components. Even though the applicant has no current signs of cancer, the family history could indicate an elevated risk, leading the underwriter to approve the policy with a higher premium. Denying the application outright is unlikely unless the applicant's personal health history also presents significant risk factors. Question 20. When underwriting a flood insurance policy, what is the most important factor to consider? A. The applicant's credit score. B. The geographical location of the property in relation to flood zones. C. The applicant's previous history of water-related claims. D. The age of the building being insured. Answer B. The geographical location of the property in relation to flood zones. Explanation. Flood insurance underwriting primarily considers the geographical location of the property in relation to flood-prone areas. Properties located in flood zones, particularly those with a high risk of flooding, are more likely to be subject to higher premiums or specific exclusions. The applicant's credit score, previous claims, and the age of the building may be for other types of insurance, but are secondary to the location when underwriting flood insurance. Question 29. Which of the following factors is least likely to be considered in an underwriting decision for a business liability insurance policy? A. The business's annual revenue. B. The business's claims history. C. The number of employees working in the business. D. The type of business activities the company engages in. Answer A. The business's annual revenue. Explanation. While annual revenue may provide some context for understanding the size of a business, it is generally not as directly relevant to underwriting a business liability insurance policy as factors like claims history, the number of employees, or the specific activities of the business. These elements more directly relate to the level of liability risk the insurer is assuming. Question 30. When underwriting an auto insurance policy, which of the following would most likely lead to a higher premium? A. The driver has a clean driving record with no accidents or violations. B. The driver is over the age of 25. C. The vehicle is equipped with anti-theft devices. D. The driver has a history of multiple traffic violations or accidents. Answer D. The driver has a history of multiple traffic violations or accidents. Explanation. A driver with a history of multiple traffic violations or accidents represents a higher risk to the insurer, leading to a higher premium. Insurers base their pricing on the likelihood of the driver being involved in future accidents. Conversely, a clean driving record, being over the age of 25 and having anti-theft devices in the vehicle, would typically lower premium as they indicate lower risk.